Hello, hello, and greetings, ladies and gentlemen. You are on the mic with Social Studio Gurus Helena and Michelle. We are so excited that you've joined us today. Our goal here is to help businesses grow by offering our marketing tips and strategies via our interactive Facebook group. I am Helena Richardson, a former NASA IT specialist and founder of H-Rich Networks. My background is in software development, so anything that you may need in that arena, learn more about the products and services that we service by visiting my website at www.hrichnetworks.com. So, Michelle, my co host, will not be able to join us today, but I'm here and we have a visitor today. Her name is Sophia Flot-Warner. Sophia and I, guys, have been knowing each other for over 30 years. She has over 30 years of administrative experience as a virtual assistant. We are both New Orleans natives, and we both were in ministry together. One of her areas of expertise when it comes to her business is planning live events. She is an actor, voiceover actress, an artist that is, and she has 4 published books available on Amazon. So I'm gonna get out of the way and bring Sophia in. Hi,
Hi, Helena. How are you?
Sophia. I'm great, thank you.
Good, good.
How are you today?
Doing well. Doing well.
Life been treating you okay?
It has, in spite of all the turmoil, but that's another conversation, right?
That's another conversation, right? But listen, before we get started today, I would just like you to, well, first and foremost, thank you for joining us today and coming on live to share with our audience. But tell us a little bit about yourself, who you are, and just what inspired you to start your business.
Sure. I am uh, a native, like you said, native Louisiana, Creole queen, proud of my heritage there. I have one daughter and 2 beautiful granddaughters. And I live in Los Angeles now, the other LA. That's my joke. Everybody laughs at that. I get surprised at people. I'm kind of corny because I'm such a geek. And I'm a sci-fi nerd. Um, I'm a Christian. I love the Lord. I sing. And like you said earlier, I'm an actress. That's why I'm in LA. And that's partially why I decided to start Freelance Sophie so that I could be in charge of my schedule, so that I could do, earn income while I'm pursuing my acting career. So that's basically it.
That's so cool. So that is wonderful. And the great thing about it, especially when you are creative like that, which you are, you can just use the beauty that's within to share with others. And so that is so inspiring. So let me ask you maybe 3 other questions. What have you learned from COVID-19? I know we all are dealing with it, and some are is driving them, making them pull their hair out. Some of them is like, hey, this is opportunities for me. Some
Right.
is just like nothing. So tell us how what have you learned from it?
I have learned that it is key to know how to pivot. So, you're going along in business and doing what you do. And then all of a sudden, here comes this thing, right? And you're completely knocked off your schedule. You're completely knocked off of whatever you have. It's key to be able to sit down and write out a plan to pivot, to change course so you can adapt to what's coming. And another thing that I already knew and I already worked toward is multiple streams of income is crucial to any and everybody, not just business owners, multiple streams of income.
Absolutely. That I found that even in the industry that I'm in, I can probably get two customers per year, depending on, the mid-size or to large company, and I could be set if I wanted to just stay at that particular um, you know, income. But it is important to have multiple streams of income. So if there's anything else that you've been graced with, it's important for you to utilize those gifts. So that is extremely important. And then pivoting, especially when
Yeah,
something has happened, we've had to do some pivoting, right?
man.
Especially going
Good
through
time.
Hurricane Katrina, right? Well,
Yeah,
not just Katrina, but all of those other little storms that we had to run away from, right? We
yeah,
had to do some pivoting, but I thank God for the resilience that He gave us, that we can just
yeah.
journey on, right? And it won't get us to a point where we just don't know what to do, or we just hopeless, so to speak.
Right, right. Exactly,
So
exactly.
let me share with you one other question. If you could speak to your younger self, just starting out, what advice would you give her?
Hmm. I think about that all the time because people put that up on Facebook all the time,
Hmm.
and there's so many things I would tell. I would tell her to go to LA right away and pursue the acting right away. Um, I would also tell her to, because I thought about going to school for computer science,
Hmm.
and I scared myself out of it because I thought I wasn't great at math, right? So
Hmm.
I didn't do it. And if I had at that time, tell them
Hmm.
I would probably be a Facebook owner, Zuckerberg, Sophia
But
Zuckerberg.
yes, but you know what I think what happens, even with myself being in a male driven industry, a lot of time we let that fear set in, right? But we know that the word of God say perfect
Exactly.
love that is cast out all fear.
That's
So
right.
if we would put that in the hands of God and not be that fearful of things that may take us to another level, we
That's
can
right.
get past a lot of things. So,
And
I get that. Hmm.
that is why that's exactly right. Because I wasn't saved at the time, right? When I was young, I wasn't saved. I was Catholic. So I had no idea of the power of God and the mind of Christ or any of that. And I talked to my daughter, I talked to my nieces and nephews, and I just try to instill in them, get God now.
Hmm.
Get your relationship with God now, because you're gonna come back to it eventually. But I'm trying
Hmm.
to save you some years of wasted time with fear and anxiety and foolishness if you just get it all lined up with God right now. But they don't
Right.
listen. But
No,
that's a whole
not
nother
at all.
different stuff.
But you're saying that, but I remember a young lady, and it kind of makes sense. She said that normally, as young people, they usually get it at the age of 23, 25, 26, because they begin to grow. They begin to see the world a little differently
Mhm.
because they have to grow up and fast, right?
Yep.
So
Yep.
that's something. So
Yeah.
final question.
Mhm.
Do you have anything in closing, a tip, a remark that you can leave our audience with as we close out?
Uh, don't be afraid. And I just want you from an admin perspective. Google has everything in that Google suite, right? It's all very intuitive. It connects to everything. It's very easy to use. It's the same as Microsoft Word, Microsoft Excel. Get in there, get familiar with it, and use it. Doesn't matter how old you are. I won't tell you how old I am, but I'm old enough to, have been, cut my teeth on Microsoft and Word and Excel and all of that when it first, got popular. But I dove right in when Google Drive came out, and I learned all of that. And it was such an easy transition, and it's been invaluable. And trying to work with other people who don't know it is such a challenge. And I immediately say I can't work with them again. I'll give them tips on, what to do and to upgrade themselves. But business moves so fast. I can't take the time to teach somebody how to use a platform like this. And so keep that in mind when you're dealing with clients and what platforms they will want you to use, and make it easy for them, right? So that they will want you to come back. So that they don't immediately think, oh, that's too much, that they're taking too much of my time. You're supposed to be there to solve a problem, not cause a problem. So be familiar with tech, and don't be afraid of it. You can't break it.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. So, that's something that I always say too about Google being your best friend. And I know you being an admin, there's a lot of tools like you mentioned last week. So guys, I know Tuesday, Sophia was on one of our other broadcasts, 2 Minute Tip Talk, and she shared some great information. So you can go and visit there about some tools that you can use with Google. So yeah, Google has a lot of resources, and they are free, right? Free.
Free is good, y'all.
Yeah. So if there are a lot of especially businesses that are just starting out, there are some great advantages that Google do give us. Now there's paid, where you have to pay to get that extra, but at least there's enough to get you started. So
Yeah.
again, Sophia, thank you so much for joining us today. And guys, we'll see you again next week, same time, right?
Yeah.
Thursday at 5 p.m. Michelle will be back. She had an awesome event on last night. I was one of the presenters as well, and got to meet some great people talking about some marketing techniques and tips. So if you guys missed it, I'm more than sure she's going to share little snippets here and there. So Michelle, we miss you, and we'll see you again next week. Okay.
Yeah,
So Michelle,
one more thought, Helena, if I might just throw in, if anybody wants a consultation on the Google Suite, call Freelance Sophie. I'd be delighted to help you with that.
so give them your phone number, because I just have your Facebook page down
Sure.
here on the. Mhm.
It's 323-389-7079. And the email is freelancesophie@gmail. Super simple.
Awesome, awesome. So you guys, we'll see you again next week, and signing off for now. Take care.
Thanks, Helena.